Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. The discussion will be on writing the research methodology. These are the components under the research methodology. First, of course, we need to provide a brief description of the method used. The components are design, flow of the study, environment, proponent or subject, instrument, procedure for data gathering, and data analysis. This is the sample introduction. This is a descriptive study using survey questionnaire as a tool for gathering data, supplemented by direct interview. Figure 1 shows the schema of the study. In the research design, this is a concrete example. To facilitate a thorough formulation of responses based on the specified questions and to provide comprehensive solutions to the given problems, the descriptive normative survey method was utilized. The questionnaire was said to be the main instrument in gathering the needed data, bits of information relative very core of the study. Flow of the study. The schema in figure 2 illustrates the flow of the study that serves as the very basis in conducting this research. Now, we have to discuss in detail the flow based on the schema presented. So this is an example of the flow of the study or the schema of the study. We have input, process, and output. In the input, write the objective of your study. You may refer to the problem, specific problem, under the problem, but you may write it not in a interrogative form, but just phrases. Then in the process, this is part where you will talk about how the data is gathered, how it is statistically treated, and how it is presented in interview. For the output, example is enhanced strategies, or a plan, or whatever output stated under the specific problem. The next is the environment. This study will cover the 10 national high schools in the 3 districts of Camotes Island, situated at the 5th district of the province of Cebu, Philippines. This is just an example, but we have to describe in detail. And then, of course, we need to provide a map that shows the location of the study. Research respondents and or subjects. When the research units are human, they are most often referred to as respondents, participants, or proponents. But when they are animals, they are commonly referred to as subjects. We need to identify the units studied and how it is being sampled. Here, you have to tell the number of participants and how they were selected. Report demographic characteristics of all the participants like sex, age, ethnic identity, and other available demographics that might help the readers determine to what population your result may generalize well. And this is usually presented in the table. Of course, we need to include the ethical considerations in the participation of the respondents. The case of the subject discussed in detail how they are manipulated in consideration to the ethics in research. The example of writing this part is The respondent of the study will be the randomly selected grades 4, 5, and 6 pupils in the elementary schools. Then the number of everything that is about the respondents of the study. Describe the instrument used for manipulating and measuring variables. How they were used in the case of standardized tests. Briefly describe their psychometric characteristics like the validity or the reliability of the instrument. For the procedure in gathering the data, we need to discuss how data were collected and analyzed. For the experimental studies, explain how groups were formed, what instructions were given to participants. If the design has a name, use it in describing your design. Example, 2x2 factorial design or Solomon full group design. If you match participants or subjects, indicate what are the matching variables. In data analysis, enumerate the statistical tools used to analyze the data and how they are used. And under this, we have to provide a non-parametric scoring procedure. Example of this scoring procedure will be the scale and of course the interpretation and the verbal description of the scale. The next is the definition of terms. The terms must be operationally defined, and that we will only define the variables that are found in the title as well as in the statement of the graph. Then the bibliography. In writing the bibliography, first we need to center the word bibliography. Order the list alphabetically. Use the style adopted by your institution or the APA style, which is internationally approved. Observe one-to-one correspondence between the citation in the text and the entries in the bibliography section. Example of bibliography taken from books, journals, unpublished reports, brochures, or websites. Sample on how to write the citation for books. Okay, take note of the arrangement. And this is written single space. For website, for the website, for example, you are taking from a journal, include as much as possible the DOI of the journal, the length. Then appendices includes letter requests, questionnaire, sample computation, and the last part of the proposal is the biographical data or curriculum vitae of the researcher. And in this part, you need to include your ID picture. Okay, now you are ready to write and submit your thesis proposal for evaluation. Good luck!